We will now prepare for the singing of the national anthem sung by University Prep Academy's choir. You may be seated. Good evening. It is my pleasure to welcome you to the commencement exercises for the University Preparatory Academy Senior Class of 2015. We are honored that several Board of Education members, cabinet members, and UPrep board members have chosen to attend our graduation celebration. I would like to introduce the following board members, cabinet members, and UPrep board members who have joined me on the stage. Mr. Raynard Ross, Reverend John Matthias, Dr. Monica L. Randalls, Dr. Anthony D. Baker, Mrs. Teresa Weatherall O'Neill, Mr. Ronald Gorman, Mr. Brian Cloyd, Mr. Rob Elliott, Mrs. Mary Alice Williams, Mr. Dave Sylvester, Mr. Isaac Norris. In addition, I would like to recognize those members of the cabinet who are seated in the audience. Congratulations to the graduating class of 2015. Many of us started this journey 7 years ago together in 6th grade. We would like to welcome all our parents, grandparents, and friends to this special occasion. I want to start by saying I am proud of every last one of my classmates and myself. We all stepped up to the plate and handled our responsibilities as students, but I believe we all have our UPrep family to thank for guiding us to it. Attending UPrep went from a decision I didn't want to make to the best decision of my entire life. For so long, we've all been on the same road, and it is now time we part ways. We are all going in our own directions, and I just want to say, wherever you go, class of 2015, be you and be great. There was a quote that I found that I thought was appropriate for this event. Do not go where a path may lead. Instead, go where there is no path and create your own. It is now my pleasure to introduce Mrs. Teresa Weatherall O'Neill, Superintendent of Schools.
Good evening. It is truly a pleasure and an honor to stand before you today, not only on behalf of the Board of Education, but we have community partners that believed in this program from the very beginning. And it's just exciting to see all of you wonderful graduates here tonight. When you've had so many people come together to love you and help you and push you along this journey to become the graduating class of 2015. I want to thank your parents, our support staff, as well as all of your teachers and counselors and the administrators of this great program for getting you here. Enjoy this evening. Thank you.
At this time, I would like to introduce Mr. Ronald Gorman, Executive Director of Teaching and Learning for High Schools and Alternative Schools. Immediately following Mr. Gorman will be Mr. Daniel Williams, Principal of University Prep Academy, with his remarks.
Thank you. Parents, family members, friends, teachers, and administration, thank you for the support you have provided over the last 4 years. You've done so much to make UPrep a wonderful learning environment. This work could not have been done without you. Seniors, thank you so much for working incredibly hard to prepare yourselves for your future. You have given back to your community. You have completed rigorous curricula, prepared for challenging examinations like the ACT, and completed all of your assignments on time. Correct? In addition, you have participated in many extracurricular activities, and as a result, you have made UPrep and GRPS better places. Your hard work has resulted in 122 college acceptance letters. 100% of you, give it up, absolutely. 100% of you have been accepted into four-year institutions. And many of you will be attending the University of Michigan. Michigan State University, Western Michigan University, Grand Valley State University, Northern Illinois University, just to name a few. And along the way, you have earned approximately $500,000 in scholarships to finance your learning. Congratulations. At this time, I would like to introduce your principal, Mr. Daniel Williams. Mr. Williams has a master's degree in educational leadership from Eastern Michigan University. He attended the University of Iowa for his undergraduate work. He is currently working toward his doctoral degree. He was named to the Grand Rapids Business Journal's 40 Under 40 list and received the Innovation Award from West Michigan Center for Arts and Technology. He sits on the boards of Vocal Music Workshop and West Michigan Center for Arts and Technology. And this year, he was named the Principal of the Year for the high school division. Mr. Daniel Williams has been at UPrep since the school's inception, and he came to us from UPrep in Detroit. Ladies and gentlemen, your principal, my friend and colleague, Mr. Daniel Williams.
All right, thank you guys. I would like to thank you all for being here today. Many of these young people here who are graduating today started with us in 6th grade 7 years ago. And over the past 7 years, we've taken this journey together, learning, growing, building year after year. And like you guys that are graduating today, I started this journey much younger and less experienced. I was a first-year principal. I was in a new city. I was starting a brand new school. And now 7 years later, we've built one of the strongest programs, not just in West Michigan, but the state. And we've done that together. Many people joined us right at the beginning, and some arrived later, even as little as a year ago. But every one of you has helped define our school. At graduation last year, we talked about the class of 2014 as the first graduating class of University Prep Academy. But you guys, this group, the class of 2015, you're the very first group to move through every single level of our school, starting at the beginning, 6 through 12. You saw the success that the group before you had, and you challenged yourself to do even better. Class of 2015, you were leaving a legacy of success. You were the original 6th grade. You walked the red carpet 7 years ago, not knowing what you were going to be entering, and you met every expectation and hope that we have had for you. I will also tell you what I told last year's class, that what's most exciting about this is not the end of anything. This is just the beginning of the next phase of your life. Each of you have unique and incredible talents, and we are so excited to see what you're going to do with these and what you're going to accomplish. So I stand in front of you today, and Mr. Gorman took a little bit of my shine, but that's okay, Mr. Gorman. I'm going to say it again because it's that important. I can stand there today and I can say that every single one of the kids that we have that was enrolled in our school graduated from high school today. Every single one of our graduates has been accepted to a post-secondary program. We have 38 people graduating, young adults graduating today, and these 38 students have received over 122 acceptance letters to colleges. And on top of that, again, 38 students have received nearly $500,000 worth of scholarship money, which is incredible. So, I mean, that's an incredible achievement, but more than just college acceptance, you all have shown your leadership and abilities in many different venues, whether it's WMCAT, athletics, Mayor's Youth Council, or other organizations in the community. You all have set the standard of what it means to be a well-rounded University Prep Academy graduate, and I want to thank your parents, family members, friends for supporting you in our school. I want to thank all of the staff that's here today, Ms. Hill, also for being an amazing assistant principal and being with you guys for the whole time. I would also like to thank the University Prep Academy Board, the Association Board, and Grand Rapids Public Schools for trying something different and committing to these young folks that are sitting here today graduating. Today is bittersweet for me. I could not be prouder of this group of young people, but I will also miss each and every one of you. You are family to me, and I will never be able to articulate how much you've helped me grow and how much I've enjoyed being inspired by our time together. As you move on and pursue further education, remember to work hard, ask for help, and support each other. Your parents are proud of you, your advisors are proud of you, I'm proud of you, but more than anything, I hope that you're proud of yourselves. You've earned this, you deserve all of the success that is headed your way. Thank you, class of 2015, for your enthusiasm and your hard work. Each one of you is loved and will truly be missed. At this time, the Grand Rapids University Prep Association has put together a short video celebrating your journey. Let's watch that now. What we're trying to do is to break barriers down, right? Break barriers that get in the way for students' learning or student achievement. Break down barriers that may get in the way of a student saying, I don't think I can do this, or I don't think I can accomplish that. And so what we're trying to do is to say, we're gonna work on an individual basis with students wherever they are and figure out how to push that one student. If they're 2 grade levels ahead, how do we move them forward? If they're 2 grade levels behind, how do we get them caught up? What are the things that they're interested in? How do we connect that to whatever they're learning? I'm Daniel Williams, I'm principal at University Prep Academy. We started a school 7 years ago with a really simple goal. At least 90% of our kids are gonna graduate, and at least 90% of our kids are gonna go on to some post-secondary option. And we met that goal, and we're meeting it again this year. But what's underneath that number that is more important is the story of each student who has met that.
For me personally, the things I deal with most are like with my dad, and he has a lot of health issues, and the stress would like just take over my mind completely. Like I wasn't really worried about school. My family was kind of all I was worried about, and like, was everything gonna be okay? Was my dad gonna be okay?
I walk to the transit because it's like right down the street, and I get on the bus, and I'm on the bus for like maybe an hour, and then once I get off the bus, I have to then walk for another like 15 minutes, I would say. My mom and stepdad both work second shift, so I'm home alone from when I get home till when I go to bed.
The relationships is what's most important. I start there because if they don't know who you are or they don't respect you and you're not giving them the time to know that you care about them from the beginning, it's an uphill battle.
I think the biggest thing for me was just the way everyone encourages each other. I would consider UPrep a family.
I start day one with them. We are a family. Even in your family, sometimes there are people you may not get along with, but you still love them.
I've accomplished a lot, and I have my school and my teachers and peers to thank for that.
This is a group of kids who are now on a path to contribute to society in a really unique and exciting way. We don't know exactly where everyone's going to go and what everyone's going to do in 10, 20, 30 years. But what we can hope for and what we can kind of push for is that everyone that leaves us leaves and makes some impact on the world in whatever unique way that is. We've tried to make an impact in their world, and now we hope that they sort of take that on and go ahead and make an impact on someone else's world.
The Grand Rapids University Preparatory Association created our school because they wanted us to succeed. They wanted us to have a different experience in the classroom and in our community. They believe in us and help support everything that makes our school unique. They created UPrep to make sure we got to this graduation stage today and then on to college. On behalf of the 2015 graduating class, I thank them for all their hard work and support. I am pleased to introduce Brian Cloyd, President of the University Prep Association.
Good evening. On behalf of Grand Rapids University Prep Association Board of Directors, welcome UPrep graduates, family and friends, faculty and staff, GRPS superintendent, and board members to this special event. Graduates, it is indeed an honor for me to celebrate this milestone moment with you. Today, it's all about you. This is a milestone for each of you individually and for your families, but it's also a milestone for the school. This is just the second graduating class, and as you have said, the first real graduating class since you started in 6th grade. You have started and now continuing a legacy and tradition that will endure for years to come. You are pioneers and have broken major pathway for those who will follow you. That is a huge accomplishment and a responsibility. But let's talk about today. You're here today to celebrate your hard work and dedication, and to share your accomplishments with your family, friends, and those who have supported you. And by the way, if you haven't already, please thank them. You have applied yourself, confronted and overcome challenges, and many of you have also braved being taught in 3 separate buildings. On behalf of us at University Prep, we would like to say, well done, and thank you for entrusting us with your profound responsibility of educating, encouraging, and inspiring you. Know that we are very proud of the legacy that you have helped us start at UPrep. But speaking about the school's legacy, it may not seem like it, but it is not too soon to ask yourself, what will be your legacy? What will you be doing 10, 20, and even 40 years from now? And how did you get there? One thing is certain, you will all take different paths, and they will lead several of you in places that you have yet to imagine. So when you leave here and begin contemplating the future in earnest, there are some things I'd urge you to do. The first is discover your passion. It will give you direction and drive you to great achievements. The world you are entering is ever-changing. Being passionate about your life and career will enable you to embrace those changes fully motivated. Next, dream big dreams and don't be afraid to take risks. In my experience, I've learned that the best opportunities usually happen when you at least expect them, and are often disguised as a risk, something where the chance of success appears equal to that of failure. Next, be a compassionate and engaged citizen. When the need arises, find the leader within, and above all, remember to give back. Each and every one of you has an important role to play in making our community a better place. You have an obligation as pioneers to always help those who follow you to achieve the same level of success that you have. And finally, remember that regardless of the decisions you make, the course you follow, your journey will always, or your destination, one thing will never change. You will always be members of the UPrep family. As a small remembrance of being part of the family, we have a special gift for each of you, and that you can get after the ceremony during the reception. This is a start, or maybe continue your wall of success. We are honored to give this to you. So remember, please, to pick these up, and we'll mail these to you after the ceremony. Secondly, during the reception, each of you can receive a free professional photograph with anyone you wish. Mr. Johnson is set up in a reception area, and we'll mail those pictures to you as well. Finally, the association is committed to education of our students, not only while you're with us, but as you move on in your academic pursuits. To that end, we have committed to raising funds for scholarships to help offset the cost of college and other post-secondary programs. Today, we are honored to announce 2 scholarships we have secured and the recipients of those gifts. The first, Jim Hackett Family Scholarship, is awarded to Jaza Purnell. This scholarship is in the amount of $500. Our second scholarship, the Daniel Williams Scholarship, is awarded to R.E. Morgan Jimerson. This is also an amount of $500. Let's give these two kids another round of applause. On behalf of the group of board of directors, congratulations all graduates on your achievements to date and the many reasons for the future to celebrate. Thank you, your families, for joining us in this amazing journey.
I would now like to introduce two teachers that have been with us since our freshman year, Mr. Timothy Maven and Mr. Jeffrey Darden.
I am very excited to see this group of students graduate. This is the first graduating class to go all the way through UPrep from 6th grade, and over that time they've had more than their fair share of advisors. Mr. Maben and I have been with them since the beginning of freshman year, and we all happen to survive. Each one of you has worked very hard to make it to this point, and that work has paid off. Every one of you has a plan to continue your education, and next fall you will be spreading out all over the state. You have so many opportunities in front of you, and my hope is that we have helped you prepare you to understand and take advantage of those opportunities that you are so lucky to have. The possibilities are endless from here on out, and I know that you can all be successful. We have kept the bar high with our expectations of you, and you have not disappointed. Make sure that you keep these high expectations for yourselves, and good luck in everything you do, and you will always be part of the UPrep family. Thank you.
Friends, family, and class of 2015, there's no way I could express every word of encouragement, advice, and wisdom that I would like to give to you, these graduates, in a few minutes, so I'll try to choose my words carefully. Over the last 4 years, I've witnessed your struggles, successes, failures, and triumphs. I have been a first-hand spectator to the growth that you have made and the things that you have accomplished. I truly believe that for as much as I've been a part of that growth, you have caused as much or more in me. In this moment, if there are 3 pieces of advice that I can give to you, it would be as follows. 1, find your passion, calling, purpose, or whatever your equivalent is to these things. I believe that over the last 4 years, mine has been to be a part of your lives and to hopefully contribute to your growth and development. 2, work hard, always. If there is any point in your life where I could magically get you to turn it on, it's now, right now. There is nothing in this world that can be given to you with no effort on your part. As Dave Ramsey would say, live like no one else so that later you can live like no one else. Put in the work now so that you can reap the reward later. Don't be a victim of what could have been. Pursue your passion with an intensity that tells the world that your life matters and that you're going to do whatever it takes and sacrifice the easy road for the road that leads to a rewarding life. Finally, 3, give back. You owe it to the people who have made a difference in your life to make a difference in someone else's life that has no ability to repay you. In this world, people are what matter. Choose to have a great life and use that life to help others get to that place as well. You can do it. I believe in you. If you need me, you know how to find me. I would now like to introduce a student I've had the pleasure to call my advisee and student for the last 4 years. This student not only finished with the highest GPA and ACT score in his class, but he also participated in internships, the 390 Science Program, wrestling, FIRST Robotics, and dual enrollment classes at GRC, including Calculus 1, Calculus 2, and 2 courses in computer programming. I have no doubt in my mind that his future is tremendously bright. Please help me welcome this year's valedictorian of Grand Rapids University Prep Academy, Khalil Crawford.
Hello, my fellow students, parents, teachers, and other people I do not know. Today, we are gathered here to celebrate the Grand Rapids University Prep Academy class of 2015 graduating high school seniors. It has been a long 4 years of hard work, struggle, and personal growth to get here. For those of us who have started here in middle school, it's been even longer. We've all grown a lot over the years at UPrep. I myself used to be very quiet and somewhat introverted. Now I'm more social and confident, and at least enough to give this speech. A lot of us students have become more responsible and mature, at least when they need to be. Our parents and teachers would agree, though, that we all still have a lot more room to grow. We'll all be moving on to something new after high school. Although I cannot say for certain how things will turn out for everyone, I know that we are all capable of finding success in life. We did not make it here alone, though. Through the years, we have been influenced by a lot of people at UPrep. One person I would like to thank is my old middle school advisor, Mrs. Radden. She is the kind of person who always holds you accountable for things. I remember one time I got angry because she wanted me to do an assignment I insisted I had already turned in. I ended up doing it 3 times because they kept getting lost. A few days later, it turned up, which we found pretty funny. Another person deserving of gratitude is my high school advisor, Mr. Maven. He is the kind of teacher that really cares about impacting his students' lives. He was always there pushing and helping us when we needed. He would often encourage me by saying, hey, you can do it. The other students got actual advice. He's also pretty good at teaching math. Then there's Mr. Darden, the science teacher. Not only did he teach us science, but he also set up extracurricular activities involving science for us to participate in. His most notable achievement may be that he brought back the word kerm. I would also like to thank Mr. Nielsen and Mrs. Matthews for having tough classes. Their classes helped us get ready for the real world, even though we did not like it. We have our own strengths to help us in the real world. A lot of the students are organized, much more than I am. Another strength is that we're all a family. We hold each other accountable and encourage each other. There are times where there are disputes and tensions, but we have gotten past that, and I think being able to do that has been very valuable. We still do need some work in other areas, like the amount of effort we put in, except for Jose. Procrastination is another thing we have to work on. Like I finished this speech yesterday. If we play to our strengths and work on our flaws, we should do pretty well in life. I remember that time we all had to pass Gateway, which takes a lot of effort, but somehow we all made it through it. There was also our Cedar Point trip, which was fun. Some of us were too scared to go on roller coasters, but found other ways to enjoy themselves. There were other memory moments that I'm sure we won't forget. It was an interesting time we had these 4 years, and I wish everyone the best of luck.
Thank you, Khalil. Now the good part here. I would like to invite our graduates to the stage for an individual presentation of their diploma. Announcing the names of the graduates this evening are the 12th grade advisors, Mr. Tim Maben and Jeff Darden. The senior class in the University Prep Academy community requests your cooperation refraining from loud, disruptive noises during the presentation because we want every graduate to have his or her special moment, and we would appreciate it if you would limit your applause to each row as the graduates return to their seats. Thank you so much.
Could I please have the first row of graduates stand up and make your way to the stage? Wait, no, go over there. Keep going. Okay. Ready? Good to go? Ready? Kimani Edge. Malcolm Ferris. Jose Gavina. Melissa Hernandez. Elijah Jones. Brooklyn Jr. Imani Lee. Alana Lewis Thomas. Ayana Luckett. Could I please have the second row of graduates stand up and make your way to the stage? Tamia Merriweather. Ileana Morales. Ariane Morgan Jimerson. Dana Mosley. Jayza Parnell. Shanitra Reed. Kaylee Rodriguez. Chase Scott. Satori Spicer. And Stefan Willis.
Will the next row of graduates please make your way to the stage? Brianna Blakely. Dominique Burt. Zakia Bush. Malika Conley. Khalil Crawford. Marquisa Davis. Africa Irvin. Joy Hill. Jana Lebet. Will the next row of graduates please make your way to the stage? Williana Lorenzo Locke. Jocelyn Malero. Williana Paulino. Damaris Price. Raquel Rodriguez. Shatiera Taylor. Maya Teasley. Emilio Torres. Armani Walker. And Javon Wallace.
Let's give this group one more big round of applause. Dr. Anthony Baker, if you could please join me at the podium. So tonight I present to you 38 candidates for graduation. As principal of University Prep Academy High School, I certify that all candidates who will be receiving diplomas have met or exceeded all of the requirements set forth by the Grand Rapids Public School Board of Education and the state of Michigan.
All right, are you all ready? Hey, I hope you all know how hard this group of people behind me worked to make this possible for you all, so please thank them. On behalf of the Board of Education, faculty, and staff of the Grand Rapids Public Schools, it is my honor to accept the graduating class of 2015 for University Preparatory Academy, and with the power vested by the board by the state of Michigan, hereby confer diplomas on each of you. Congratulations.
Will the members of the class of 2015 please rise? Move your tassels from right to left. Congratulations, congratulations. If the audience could remain in their seats for the recessional, we will exit, then the graduates will come behind us. Thank you again. Thank you for being here tonight.